Hello beautiful humans, welcome back to Kick Up Flicks. My name is Christy and I hope you're having a wonderful day. And if you are new here, I welcome you. This is a place where we kind of talk about anime and film. We're going to be doing Loki Season 1, Episode 1, The Glorious Purpose. So it reads off as Loki, the god of mischief, finds himself out of time and in an unusual place and forced against his godly disposition to cooperate with others. Well, in this episode, I didn't really find himself cooperating with anybody literally throughout the whole entire episode. But I do have a few issues in this episode for me particularly. It hurt me personally, I guess. They kick off the episode when Loki's arrested and he teleports after, the Hulk kind of beat him up and things like that. He's in the Mongolian desert and then we get our first meetings with the TVA and they don't look very nice. They're all about business, not very many questions. They're kind of like the police of, I guess, the universe, and they sit there and they read it to you. Automatically, Loki leaves one prison and ends up in another prison, which, is like a Loki because he seems to be failing quite a lot. But this is where my issues in the episode start to come. They start, he goes through the whole introductory thing and, they're recording everything that he's saying. All of a sudden, everything about his whole entire life is being watched. Going into the TVA, they explain all of a sudden that there was a multi-universal war, and then all of a sudden these timekeepers came together to set everything right, and they kind of pluck a variant out and they put it back in the time stream so everything can continue going as smooth as possible, so there will never be a multiversal war again, which makes me think of how many multiverses are they actually controlling at the present time. With knowing about the timekeepers, now we are looking at Loki going into a time sentence, which he has to plead guilty or innocent to the rules, but it's not like he has like a lawyer or anything. He's literally just facing a judge for the most part. So this is the judge that we see, and if you actually kind of look at it, she looks very superior, like the head, the one that you answer to, but at the same time she also feels inferior. Look at the three faces behind her. The Time Guardians, the Timekeepers. They are pretty much there, like kind of like keeping the eye or someone above. So that's also letting you know that though she is in power, she is actually not in power. That there's someone far stronger than she is, and Loki wants a part of it. So pretty much right after, he gets taken away and all this wonderful good stuff, he gets shown this wonderful city where there's no magic, no nothing. So Loki can't use his powers. There's I don't know if that also includes his super strength or healing or anything for that matter, but pretty much Loki is pretty much as human as you can make Loki, and he gets exposed to the city where they have flying cars. Why can't they ever explain how cars fly? But you know what? Either way, scientific inventions, this city looks beautiful. And it also goes to show you that the TVA is a lot bigger than they are showing throughout the whole entire episode. The last thing that was very important to me was the stones. The Infinity Stones were this thing in the multiverse where it's been around since the beginning of time. They are so they're so powerful. You can't break them. You can't really do anything with them. Something that can't be created or destroyed. It's just this raw, innate power of originality. And within this universe, between universes, it's a paperweight. And again, I think the only reason it works as a paperweight, because I misunderstood it. I said to myself in the beginning, what's the point of the Infinity Stones if you have a place like this where it's nothing? But it makes sense. Technically, the Infinity Stones are a version of magic. And in this universe, between universes, it is quite literally just stones. Because magic doesn't work. So, of course, you can't use them or rewind time. They have machines that do that. In fact, the machine that is around Loki's neck throughout the whole entire thing, you can reverse or move him forward. Either way, set him back in time, because time moves differently, if at all time moves. Which, if you start there from young or get there as older, or if you stay the same age, who knows? How does that also affect the body? My theory is that once you are inside the TVA, as long as you remain there and pop in and out, your body technically does not age, or you will not get any older than what you presently are. So therefore you can probably keep going for hundreds, if not thousands of years. Who knows? Because I guess they don't really keep track of time, because there's no reason to keep track of time, because they're keeping track of the time stream. So that makes a lot of sense. If you actually saw the first episode, let me know what you think, and if you have the same kind of quirks that I did about this episode, because there's a lot to unpack in this episode, I'll tell you that much. So I leave a very good question for you. Do you think that Loki is good and bad? Because when Light is there, he seems like a really good person. But once again, in the shadows, is he afraid? Or is he as evil as they come? Let me know down in the comments on what you think. But if you like more and you want to see it, subscribe, hit that like button, because it does help me out with the YouTube algorithm. Until next time when I post, I will see you then. And don't forget to kick up and not down. Peace.